皆さんこんにちは。KemushiFanチャンネルのロレッタです。Today I want to talk to you guys about cheap ways to travel in Japan and some of my 3 favorite ways to do that, especially if you are not on a tourist visa JR pass. I've been traveling a lot this summer, and I noticed at the end of almost every month I would look at my bank account and be like, またゼロなの? なんで? I'm pretty sure this is like one of my newest culture shocks since moving back to Japan, but I clearly did not anticipate the difference between what it's like to travel in Japan when you have a JR pass, which is very affordable and really cost effective, versus traveling in Japan without the JR pass. So this summer I traveled mostly from Tokyo to the Kansai area and also once from Tokyo to Kyushu, a different island. So this summer I rode the bullet train, a bus, and a plane, and basically here's what I thought about it. So my favorite way to travel out of all of these 3 by far was the train, specifically the bullet train. I really like the bullet train. It's easy, you just get on at the station, it zips right up, you hop in, you know, it's really easy, you sit down at your assigned seat or your unreserved seat, and then whew, you go and that's it. But obviously the biggest setback to that is that it's expensive. I think the trip that I took from Tokyo to Kyoto, that was about a little bit over like 3万円. It was a little bit over like $300 US. So it was kind of an expensive option, but it was quick and it was easy. But just like the one ride was almost the entire cost of like a JR pass or something like that. So I was like, did I really just spend like $300 on like a round trip ticket? Well, it didn't shock me until I used another option. You may have noticed in my recent videos, but I took a plane to Kyushu. I was curious because our flight to Kyushu was so cheap. 2万円ぐらい. It was about $200 US. So when I looked up the same flight to go from Tokyo to Kyoto or Tokyo to Osaka, it was like actually cheaper than the bullet train. If you use the domestic airline Jetstar, it's actually pretty easy to get a cheap ticket for about 2万円ぐらい. So if you think about it, you're saving about $100. I was like, why did I even take the train? It's like almost cheaper just to fly. But it's not really convenient. Sometimes you have to pay extra money to like get on a bus or a train to get to the airport. You can't really check any bags if you're using like the cheap Jetstar option. Planes in general, just going through security, it's just kind of a pain. And then like if your flight's delayed, which it was, the idea that the plane can be cheaper than the train, but just a little bit more inconvenient, I guess it's like, which one works best for you? The third option that I recently tried is that I took the night bus for the first time ever. So I traveled over Obon, which is one of Japan's most traveled seasons, so the prices were even more expensive. But in total, I paid 13,000 yen, about $130 or so. So to ride the bus all the way from Tokyo to Osaka round trip. Clearly the cheapest option. Like it's almost like they're each $100 less than each other. It was okay. I mean, it was a bus. It was by no means fast. It took almost 9 or 10 hours to get there, and we took like 3 billion thousand stops along the way. This option is probably the least English friendly. The website is in English, but the process of like finding where the bus actually is, listening to the announcer and everything like that, there is English, but it's more limited than the other options. But it's definitely the cheapest. I paid extra to get like the seat in the back so I could recline as far as I wanted and not be bothered. Good night. That was great. But in general, it's basically you can travel in a really cheap way, a really fast way, or a really convenient way. And usually you get 2 out of those 3 options, but all 3 doesn't really exist. So that's kind of what I've noticed this summer. Obviously, if you are coming on a tourist visa, I highly recommend looking into the JR Pass because I really think it will save you money. If you are not on the JR Pass though, I just found out about something, a whole new option that's kind of similar to it for people who are on a different visa or people who are already in Japan long term. So one of my friends, Angela, over on her channel Internationally Me, posted a video on the day I came back from Osaka on the bus, and she mentioned something I've never heard of before called the Seishun 18 Kippu. Basically, it is a ticket that within a certain amount of time you are given unlimited rides on local and express trains within Japan. Kind of like the JR Pass, almost. But the price is really good, it's really convenient. You should definitely check out her video. So that was kind of my feelings about it. My favorite was by far the bullet train, and then it's kind of still a toss-up for me between the bus and the plane because it's like they're cheap, but they're convenient. Cheap, convenient, what's more important? So that was my interesting summer traveling in Japan. What are your favorite ways to travel and what are your cheap tricks to get around? Let me know in a comment below, and definitely go check out Angela's video on the Seishun 18 Kippu because that seems maybe like the next best option I should check out. では今日はご視聴ありがとうございました。この動画が良かったらグッドボタンとシェアとチャンネル登録もぜひお願いします。I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, leave me a comment. Bye! Hold on there, one last quick note in regards to Wi-Fi. So if you are planning to travel anywhere outside of a Tokyo station and you are looking for Wi-Fi, looking into a Pocket mobile Wi-Fi router is probably one of your best options. This one here is the Pocket Wi-Fi router that I've been using, provided by Ninja Wi-Fi, and they have a really good promotion for anyone who would like to get a discount on Pocket Wi-Fi travel. And the Wi-Fi is pretty much the fastest I have ever seen in Japan. I really liked it and I've been using it to upload all of my YouTube videos. But if you want to check it out, go ahead and check the link underneath the video. There you can get a discount and get set up because it is easy. They will send it to you and you will be ready to go on your next visit to Japan. Okay guys, I'll see you around. Bye!